What up, y'all? Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Here with my friend Jonah once again. If you guys haven't met Jonah before, he's a literal $50 million Amazon wholesale seller. So awesome. We're able to have Jonah on the stream here, kind of break down some of his expertise in the wholesale world. We do these most Fridays at 1 p.m. Central, by the way. So if you want to like settle a reminder and come pop in, and I know a lot of you guys who are watching the channel and stuff are doing arbitrage and probably want to expand into wholesale and stuff in the future. So good to hang out with you here on stream again, man. How's everything going for you guys? I know last week we were joking about a second ago, but last week we had the supplier calling you during stream. Did you get the deal done? You buy some products there?
Yeah, no, honestly, some of those calls now is just like check-ins, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. I don't have like phone calls with too many of my suppliers, but they were somebody who called my phone. But other than that, it's like, dude, I know it sounds like I have a lot of brands, so it tends to seem like it's a lot of meetings, but I really don't. I have like three recurring meetings every month out of those guys. And it's just like a Zoom, really.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Are you just like reviewing like here's how your brand did this month, that kind of thing, basically?
Yeah, exactly. So like May just ended, right? So one thing we try to do to like separate ourselves from everybody else is if we're working with a brand and we're buying direct from them, we send them weekly reports. And even if we're not exclusive, right, I still see it as a way to be like, hey man, this is what we bought from you, this is what we sold. If you spent on ads, like showing them that you actively spent on ads. If you're trying to do something to help them out, it really is like wholesale becomes agency services is how I look at it. It's like, if you want to do wholesale at scale and land brand direct accounts, you have to be able to add value, which means doing some sort of service for them.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm sure there's all kinds of like crazy systems you could get into like building these days with like helping out brands and that kind of thing too.
Yeah, and that's me and you geek out about that too sometimes with like the AI and all these different tools. You don't want to get lost in it by any means.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for what I'm doing, I'm so glad that I didn't have AI like 6 years ago, because like the things that work 6 years ago still work now with wholesale. AI is going to make it a little bit easier, right? But like, it's not replacing going to that trade show, shaking somebody's hand, like showing them how you're a real person and like earning business. So that's been like in person is the best way, I think, to meet brands, distributors. That's what I do. We had a guy in the community today. He's at some trade show and actually placed an order there, which is something I don't do often. But some people meet the supplier, get authorized. I guess they asked for his merchant token just to add him as an authorized seller. And he posted a screenshot. He had already placed a purchase order, which is super
awesome.
cool, because like that usually doesn't ever happen with wholesale, right? Like it's a long process. Might take you a month to find the guy, another month to like negotiate, get good pricing. And so for trade shows, it's like instant. I find the supplier, I walk up, shake hands, open account. And for him, he placed an order.
That's cool. Yeah, no, can't beat spend a little money on the spot. What trade show is going on? I'm one of the more niche ones.
Yeah, it's got to be a niche one. I don't know which one it is. We've got a few on our list that we're gonna go to. Some like, I'm big in the sporting goods category. I really love sporting goods, supplements, health and household type of products. So like Expo West and Expo East are a great trade show. Anybody who wants to get into wholesale, I highly recommend it. We talk about it all the time, but just like some of them are free, some of them are 50, $100. You don't even have to approach anybody. Just walk through, look around, take some pictures. It's a good way to get your feet in the door.
For sure. Yeah, I remember I remember my first trade show is like terrifying. But then I think the big thing like you got to remember is just like everyone's just a guy or just a gal sitting there trying to sell some stuff, trying to make some commission. Like it's not like, I mean, we talk about it a lot. Like you're trying to give them money. It's not like we're trying to walk around and sell them services and stuff like that.
And it's not rocket science either, right? Like it's very simple, straightforward. Like the things that I'm doing, it's not like I have some technologically like different system. It's like you have to convince the brand on a roadmap, really, right? So if a brand sells on Amazon, but there's 20 resellers and they do 20K a month, you have to figure out, okay, to get to 40K a month, maybe you need to run ads, or maybe you need to get more control over the listing. Sometimes it's like bringing up that conversation with them. seeing where it goes, and then from there, yeah, just like staying consistent, because obviously a lot of this is follow up too. A lot of follow up.
For sure. Let's see. What's up, man? You said thanks for being on YouTube. Keeps you going with the dream. Yes, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Let us know if we can answer any questions or anything for you today, Manny. I'm curious let us know how are things going for you too. Just like, how long you been at it, what are sales looking like. I like those of you guys that come and like check in consistently. I like seeing the progress and come share what you're struggling with, that kind of thing. See, they've been in the weeds clearly based on the question here.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it's Newtopia now. I always went to Expo West because I'm on the West Coast, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, Expo East rebranded.
Interesting. We're doing a big.
That's a big one. Expo West is like probably one of the biggest shows I've been to. A lot of emerging brands, which is something we've been focusing on for the last 2 years now too. So it's one thing, obviously, if you find a brand, they're doing 100K a month and there's 20 resellers, like clearly it might be a great brand, but they're getting contacted by so many people offering similar services, right? Like I don't have some secret message that I send people that like is what gets the account, right? Like I find out their pain points. I try to create my service around that and create the solution that gets them the results they want. Yeah.
For sure. What's it, man? You said, yeah, it was in Colorado. They're calling it East. That is
really
funny.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I did not.
That is funny. Yeah, how's business going for you, man? Get outside. Clearly you've been in the weeds, or you've probably been doing wholesale for a little while or something like that. You've been
Dude, I love the weeds. I like of certain parts of businesses, I do just feel like I'll always be there. Obviously not as much of like I don't want to do it all day every day, but there are pieces of Amazon that I truly do enjoy, which is like shit, I want to be selling for a long time. I enjoy it. I think it's like a video game. I think I'm good at it. I think it's proven and like anybody can do this, which is really cool. So it's like everyone you guys watch on YouTube, they're normal people. And whether they have 1,000 followers and sell $50 million or they got hundreds of thousands, like they're normal people. You got to pick up little pieces of everybody's journey. And like there's just so much that goes into Amazon where it's specific to you. So like you have some creative edge. You have a way to source products that maybe the guy next to you doesn't have, or the guy in the state next to you doesn't have. Like there's little loopholes, or you create that relationship. You find that store manager and negotiate. Like I like to teach people like find an edge. Like these are the models that work. OA works, RA works, wholesale works, private label works. Why? Because there's successful businesses in every lane. You got to figure out what you personally want to do, and then like how far you want to scale it to.
Yeah, I mean, when you got 9-figure used booksellers out there, that proves you can scale anything you want. Like, just comes down to like what you kind of enjoy doing there. He said you started 5 months ago, spent a couple weeks with Section 3 though. Yeah, that is a little painful, but glad. It sounds like you beat it, so glad you're able to get through that.
I was talking to a guy today. He said, finally got the ungate through after 24 times. Back and forth 24 times to get this thing ungated. Like I don't like hearing those, but like it is true too. It's like, shoot, sometimes it's just like more continue with Amazon. I like try to get a different angle with seller support. It can be brutal.
Yeah. You only got to do it once is the nice part.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What's up, man? You said gotten through the main setup and all that. Awesome. Now you got to actually buy a product. Yeah. Based on if you've been I mean, I'm assuming based on that earlier, you've probably been watching some videos and stuff for a while. So like try to just buy something today, right? I assume you're probably, hitting some websites, local stores, that kind of thing. Like buy 5 units of something, man. Like worst case scenario, you lose what, $50, $100, right? Best case, you like make that first sale. It kind of unlocks like, oh, I can take this seriously in your brain and that kind of thing. Because I think that's a big thing as well. Like when you make that first sale, it like gives you permission to be like, all right, I can afford to spend my free time on this because I've already made $3 selling some random product I found. I proved that it works. I need more of that.
Warner, do you remember that first time you got proof of concept with Amazon?
I mean, the first sale is always nice. Like everyone remembers the first sale, but I think like the first time for me, like one of my first, 50, 25, 50 OA products was kind of one of those things where it's like, oh wait, like I can go crazy with this.
Mhm.
Because I had gotten past that stage where it's like, let me buy 2 of this and see how fast it sells. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy like 300 of this little tea that I bought. And we made like 2 grand selling it. I was like, oh wait, I found one thing, I made 2 grand. And at the time, my goal was I wanted to make $100 a day in profit. And that was it. Like I had
Big goal.
very just like normal goals. I feel like that's a lot of people's goal. And I was like, wait, that one product almost did that this month. Like, all right, now I need 10 of those. I need 100 of those.
I think you sent a tweet about this the other day too. It's just like the constant cycle of Amazon, right? It's like
Yeah.
when you start, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know how to source. You don't see opportunities anywhere because like you're following other people like step by step. But then you start doing some other things and going down these rabbit holes and like you find it and it just works.
For sure. Yeah. Do you remember, I guess for you, and obviously a lot of people watching are, trying to get into wholesale and that kind of stuff. Like, do you remember how long it took you from like, all right, I'm going to start calling brands to when you like actually landed that first account where it's like, oh crap, like this is legit.
Yeah, for me, so it's kind of weird because I technically was doing brand direct before it was like even a thing, right? So I was a sales rep for one specific bicycle accessory brand, and I was not doing like anything for them e-commerce. I had my own e-commerce operation where I would like buy and resell textbooks, all these used products, random stuff. And then with the specific bike brand I was working with, they just weren't doing anything e-commerce, and it slowly started to pick up, and I would take all their used products and list them used like new. So it was like they had a quote unquote death pile too of just retail stores that would return stuff, distributors that would return stuff to them, whatever it may be. I would just list it on Amazon and make like a sale here and there. So it was like wholesale, technically, right? But like wasn't doing big volume when I started. And that's why like I know everyone thinks you need major capital to do wholesale, but a lot of times it's just not true. Like if you have a brand and it's a $5,000-$10,000 a month brand, even less, like they don't expect big purchase orders. Like your $1,000 purchase order for somebody who's doing $1,000 a month in revenue actually would mean something. So for me, it was like started small there, listed more of their products, scaled it up. So I had one brand like from the beginning, and then is when I started doing like more and more outreach after that.
Very cool. Have you ever that's interesting, kind of hitting on like the selling their like death pile almost. I wonder like do you think that'd be viable for some people, like trying to get after some of those harder to get brands? Like, hey, we don't want to let us sell on Amazon, you don't want to let us sell on Walmart, give us your junk, right? Like just kind of getting an in there. I'd never thought about that.
Dude, that's how I started. That's how a lot of people can get in the space, brands and distributors. So distributors have so much crap that they need to liquidate too. And a lot of people won't take it, right? So it's like if you can work a deal, maybe take some of their junk, you also get gold with that, or you open the door to the relationship. Even if it's like for what I did with one of my suppliers' junk, it was like I'll list all your junk and take a % commission. So I'm not an agency, I'm not charging you, but like I'm gonna charge you a commission of what I sell. So I did that for a long time with one supplier. But then, yeah, after a while, obviously, if you have capital and you find a brand and let's say you open the account and they say it's 10K MOQ, like you want to confidently have it. You don't want it to be your entire budget goes to that purchase order, because then you're just like, if it goes wrong, you're probably out.
Right. Yeah. I definitely did that early on, spending way too much of the budget on something I didn't really understand. And yeah, I mean, that's why, like we've talked about it before, that's why even you will be like, probably don't start with wholesale if you never sold anything on Amazon, like you kind of expand into that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because for me too, you need proof of concept, at least me personally, before I would ever spend like a lot of money. But I'll walk in a store and spend $50, like you said, like no problem, right? That's part of the tax you guys got to pay to learn the game and pay to get ungated sometimes. It's like, and some people won't do it, right? And then they won't get that ASIN and they won't be selling profitable products. But somebody else paid for the ungate, they went forward with it. Maybe they broke even on the first ungate or whatever, lost money, but then they're profitably selling that product. So you do have to invest in it. When you're doing OA, RA, it's just a much smaller investment. And I think you build proof of concept too. It's like, because you guys you guys are sourcing products and brands like way more in demand than what I'm sourcing. So like
Right.
the
Because you're trying to make things popular. We're buying stuff that's already
yeah,
popular.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
keep things
Yeah.
growing. You
Yeah.
guys are like, what's moving right now? Oh, the sellers just sold out. I can hop on, like opportunities, which is great.
Yeah.
But with the brand direct and wholesale side, that sometimes doesn't matter as much. Like you can work with really small suppliers. You can work with distributors who aren't huge ones that are nationally like known and charging you 50K for a PO. Like there's so many regional niche distributors. Somebody in the comments said, "How? What's my split between distributor and brand?" I started out with one brand, turned into working with a distribution company. Now I work with both. So like with my distributor, I'm very close friends with my distributor. I created the relationship. So it's like, hey guys, I want to be one of your online retailers. I want to be your online retailer. You guys continue doing your business like distributors do, right? They're operating their business, they're calling stores, they have sales reps, do that. When it comes to e-commerce, I will handle that. So now my distributor is like a great partner of mine because we've done it multiple times that then they will refer me to brands. And then that's like the coolest part about wholesale and brand direct is it truly does compound. Like if you are in the game working with a distributor long enough, ask them for a referral or a letter of recommendation and you reach out to somebody else, it builds your credibility the more people you're working with. And goes for any business. If you guys are a freelancer and you want to do copywriting for me or something like that, like I'm going to look at you and see like what you have done or like who your clients are, right? Rather than the anonymous guy who has nothing online.
Yeah. That's got to be one of the most AI cooked side hustles you could have you could have started by the way, being a copywriter or something.
Yeah, like 20 probably blowing up, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's still very interesting on like the taking the stuff people don't want because a lot of people like are expanding with whatnot.
Right.
Like yeah, I don't know. I'm stuck on that. That could be a really cool way to get in with some massive distributors. Like, hey, we'll just take all the junk and we'll sell it on whatnot, and then they're like, wait, we love this guy. He takes all the stuff nobody else wants, and yeah.
Dude, it's funny. I've talked about it too. I'm actually at my warehouse right now, and we have a death pile that's like constantly ongoing. We don't have the bandwidth. I've joked about it, but like there's so much value in somebody who could just like be that hustler. Like you go to the distributor, you say like, "Where's the death pile? I'm listing all your stuff. I'm gonna X amount percent." You don't have to front a bunch of capital. You sell through trash for them. You curate a relationship, and that's your niche too. Like, hey, I'm the liquidation guy, and obviously that's not great for Amazon to like source those products. Like you said, Warner, there's all these new platforms popping up and whatnot. You see guys crushing it with wholesale, and you know the invoices does not matter at all. So it's like it is a good channel to liquidate and sell stuff that's not going to work on Amazon.
Yeah. Who wants somebody got to hit up Jonah there. He just said he's got a death pile waiting for a hustler.
County, any streamer. If you're a streamer in Orange County, come set up. I have a pallet right next to you. But the thing I'm worried about with that, like with whatnot and everything, is like they're selling it for too cheap. I'm afraid sometimes. Like I sell like bike helmets and locks, and you know, it's. I just don't.
You're worried about like map diminishing the brand type of thing.
No, like not for whatnot or liquidation stuff. Sure. It's just like I paid $40 for it, and it's gonna sell.
Yeah. You
know, I don't know.
Yeah, you'd have to like, I don't know, one of y'all hustlers. if you're hearing it, get on. There's a really cool offer there. Sweet. What up, Sadiq? Felt the aura before you open the YouTube app. Appreciate you, man. Sadiq just started helping people get business credit, by the way. So if you guys are OA sellers, wholesalers, that kind of thing, Sadiq's your guy on that. If you're ideally you know what you're going to spend some more money on, you need to unlock some money. Sadiq just started helping people out with that, so it's super cool. That's his Instagram, by the way. That's it's like, pretty close to that, I think.
Super helpful too when you're scaling too, because like you don't need it when you're starting, right? Like if you should have a couple $100, couple $1,000, but when you get the proof of concept, going back to your tweet, it's like, okay, now I need more money. I could buy everything, right?
Yeah. And it happens fast.
Yeah, and the cycle. So eventually, like every seller, basically, I mean, you're gonna need credit, capital, outside funding of some sorts, even if it's just like 0% interest credit cards, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So Junkman, he said, friend raised a family on water filters. He made a website and sold them online for 30 years. Yeah, that's what's up. And a lot of people are doing that, like exactly what Jonah's doing, working with other people's good ideas and helping them sell it on Amazon and that kind of thing. That's cool. What's up, man? He said you should start with ungated products to improve account health to get to know the ins and outs before hitting Q4 hard. Yeah, that's a good way to do it, man. What I'm seeing from people who are growing really fast on Amazon recently is they are just starting with auto ungates, just so they're not waiting like the 5, 10, like Jonah was saying, 25 attempts sometimes to get ungated. You can just sell that stuff right away. So I posted a few videos like breaking that down recently, Manny. Just finding that big list of things you're already approved to sell, unbox them, and then like sourcing through that stuff in bulk, basically. And then in the meantime, you can always like sell some other stuff that's gated as well. Just kind of get those applications pending, because it can take a second. Here's a good one for you. When switching from arbitrage, trying to break into wholesale, yeah, what kind of suppliers should you be reaching out to?
Yeah, good question. I say both. So some people, they hear brand direct and then obviously they think only brand direct. That's why I was telling you guys, like, one of my best suppliers is a distributor. Distributors will lead you to brands and brands will lead you to distributors. So it's like the rabbit hole I always talk about. Just like OA, there's one with wholesale too. So you'll contact the brand. They'll say, sorry, we only sell to distributors. Like some brands only sell to their 5 authorized distributors.
We got the supplier calling again?
No, that was actually a funding guy though. So I'm also, I'm interested in funding myself. But yeah, well, where was I?
We're breaking down suppliers versus distributors.
So you're going to contact the brand. They're going to say, sorry, we only sell to XYZ distributors. And then you say, okay, can I have a list of those distributors? And then what you should do is go contact those distributors and say, hey, brand XYZ told me to reach out. You're an authorized supplier of theirs. I'm looking to open a wholesale account. And what's cool is, like, number one, you're going to see multiple distributors that you can contact. You'll open those accounts and they have way more than just that one brand. So then it's going to lead you to more brands that, yes, you should contact direct. Sometimes you're going to hit up a distributor, open an account, you see some stuff on there, and one of the brands might look like they need some help, or it fits the mold for being a brand direct perfect approach. There's no problem with going direct too, or doing like what I did and kind of partnering with your distributor and saying, hey, if you can set me up with, this brand, or if you open this account, I have a purchase order for you. So definitely, yeah, do both.
Yeah. Cause what you'll find, pretty often is like, if you don't get the account with the brand, that kind of thing, you go to the distributor. Like you're saying, the distributor has other brands you want to sell, and you could say, hey, I talked to Steve at this brand, and I talked to Mary at your distributor, right? And then you're just name dropping a bunch of people they've heard of before, and it's like a social hack to like feel like you're like part of the club a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and for those of you guys, lots of good wholesale questions and stuff. If you guys like, Jonah will literally help you guys find your first brand direct account. I think they say the first 90 days you guys will get a brand direct account. The top link in the description is how you can reach out to work directly with Jonah, by the way. Kind of a high level mastermind kind of thing. And like I said, you'll have a profitable brand direct account in a few months after you hop in there. And they have a lot of awesome success stories and stuff. It's fun to hang out with a bunch of the community at Miami Sellers Conference recently.
Yeah, dude, that's been the coolest part, is like the in-person connection with these guys, like taking it from the internet to real life. And then with wholesale, what's fun is like we talk about trade shows. It's major for wholesale. We actually do like trade show walkthroughs. We schedule a few trade shows each year and go to, and then members can go and meet up. And it's been really successful. We're doing another one in November, which is SEMA. You guys should all go, whether you're in the community or not. It's an automotive trade show in Las Vegas. It's supposed to be the biggest one. I have not been there. I'm a fan of that niche. I think it's a good up and coming niche, and I want to go try to land some brands.
That sounds cool. Yeah. Not a lot of people are like, I want to sell on Amazon. I can't wait to sell oil filters, right? Like, right. It's one of those things where there's probably outsized opportunity versus I want to sell name brand shoes and stuff like that. that a
And the
lot of
thing
people think
I've
of.
seen with some of these suppliers, like it's just so much better to work with the guy who's uninvolved, like 70-year-old owner who's been in the industry for 30 years and like he doesn't want to talk to you about Amazon and like all that. He's like, you're the guy, you do that. Compared to the guy who's like, hip to AI and up and
Right.
coming, like asking me about my ACOS and my tacos. It's like, dude, I'm buying your product. I'm doing this all for you. It's just like there's a certain client that this works really well with because I like to like I share all the information and everything, but since it's being sold under my account, like I have a certain amount of control and I want to keep that control.
For sure. Said SEMA's cool. Haven't thought about it as a trade show for Amazon. Oh, there you go. You got
Yeah,
a homie at the trade show there.
there we go.
That's awesome. Yeah, and like we were saying, like they do walkthroughs of trade shows with you guys if you're in the wholesale network with Jonah, which is obviously super cool. Have somebody tell you like, avoid this, these guys are like the type of person you're looking for. That kind of thing goes a long way.
One thing I'll say too, just to finish that, it's like one of the most valuable pieces is community one, because there's other people actively doing it too. Like it's one thing to hear from somebody who's been doing it, but to see other members like transition from arbitrage to wholesale, land accounts, scale their business, has been really cool.
For sure. Yeah, that's my favorite part of like doing streams and all that kind of stuff. I like seeing people names. You're like, oh, I sold this. I sold my first item. I sold my first 10K, and then you don't hear from them too much because they're too rich and they've moved on. They're selling stuff. I like seeing the journey there. Awesome. So I know you got a big meeting here, probably about to go drop another 100 grand on inventory today. So Jonah's got to run here, but for people, a lot of people who are just asking questions, like what's kind of the first step someone should take if they're already selling a little bit on Amazon and like they're wanting to get into wholesale?
Yeah. So first steps, if you already sell on Amazon, I say look through your catalog. So obviously this is not for the Pumas, Adidas, Nike, like not those kind of brands, but for those brands where might not be that well known or you guys see it's not that much revenue. See if you can either contact them directly or find an authorized distributor of theirs. And for you, it's kind of cool because you have some sales history too. You don't have to like act like you're a wholesaler or anything like that, but you've sold the brand already. So I would contact brands and products that you guys already sell, and I would contact brands and distributors in your local area. So pull up Google Maps, pull up AI, whatever it is you do, look at trade shows around you, look at suppliers around you, go to a trade show, go to the supplier in person. Because at the end of the day, we're buying products. Like you guys have money, we're spending it with somebody. And while, not everybody wants your money, there are people out there that want it. You just got to find them.
Absolutely. Dennis is printing money live on stream. found a little filter, 18 profit each. You love to see it. Yeah. Dennis been crushing it here. So yeah, that's awesome. All right. Appreciate all you guys popping into stream today. Make sure you guys follow Jonah if you want to learn more about wholesale and if you want his direct help. Literally from a $50 million seller, you guys can click the first link in the description. It'll help you find like your first brand direct account and kind of support you for the future of your business there. So yeah, appreciate you hopping on here, Jonah, and I will see you guys again next time.